The Ravenloft Gazetteer, Volume 4, was released in 2003, written by James Lauder, John Magnum, Ryan Naylor, Anthony Pryor, Veronica Whitney Robinson, and Andrew Wyatt, with interior art by Talon Dunning, Jeremy McGough, Veronica Jones, Richard Thomas, Brett Trott, and Jason Walker. Of course, with a cover design by Ron Thompson. The guide is 163 pages and written in the same format as the other Gazetteers. It covers the domains of Borka, Nvidia, Verbrake, Valchan, Sithicus, and has an appendix at the end. The guide starts out with S becoming frustrated with Aislinn over the reasons for the bracer, and we learn that Ivan Desilia, the sort of cool Dark Lord of Borka, is becoming more and more upset at Malocio and his Visante hunters coming into his domain, and this is setting him on the brink of war. When doing her report on Nvidia, Aislinn makes several snide comments about Malocio and what power he really has to shake the foundations of Ravenloft. Through this, we are given to think that Aislinn somehow has a use for Malocio and seems to care about what happens to him. The former domain of Gundarak was annexed by both Barovia and Nvidia when its Dark Lord Duke Gundar was killed. It is from Duke Gundar's old castle that Gabriella's resistance against Malocio is headquartered, and she has some of the former Gundarakites on her side. Gabriella is still technically the Dark Lord of Nvidia, but Malocio rules it. Malocio is bound to Nvidia and scared that if he kills his mother, he will become the true Dark Lord and will never be able to leave. Verbrake is described for the first time extensively in this guide, and is a land populated by werewolves who live in a tribal society with only a few humans here and there. During her expedition of Verbrake, S is seemingly killed by werewolves by being mauled to death by a pack of them. But then she wakes up at a home in the town of Helblink in the domain of Valchan, strangely uninjured and by herself. She begins to suspect that the bracer somehow saved her life. The people of Valchan are black-skinned, just like their Dark Lord Baron von Karnoff. Von Karnoff has a plan along with his lieutenant Lady Adeline to help the elves of Sithicus overthrow Azrael, and then she will take his place as Dark Lord. Unknown to them that Azrael is not the true Dark Lord of Sithicus. Speaking of Sithicus, Aislinn believes Lord Sauce escaped from the realm of Ravenloft is yet another ploy by the Dark Powers to taunt him and distract him from his plan. At the end of the guide describes how she has hired some Vistani to take her out of Sithicus, but Aislinn comments that she has been found out and is walking into a trap. The appendix covers several poisons since Borka is the land of poisoners. It has some new feats, new classes, new spells, and some new monsters. The NPCs are Gabriella, the true Dark Lord of Nvidia, Malocio, Ivanta Bortisti, the Dark Lord of Borka, Azrael, the political leader of Sithicus, Ivan Desilia, the enforcer of Borka's law and cousin to Ivana Bortisti, and former Dark Lord of Dorvinia, the domain that merged with Borka during the Grand Conjunction. Inza, the Dark Lord of Sithicus, who stays in the Shadow Chasm, biding her time. Alfred Timothy, the werewolf Dark Lord of Verbrake. Baron von Karnoff, the Dark Lord of Valchan. This, like all other Gazetteers, is a must-buy for all of the same reasons. The information is vast and entertaining. Aislinn's snide comments give more clues as to what he is up to, and S gives more of her personality in her commentary. The dread possibilities are still pretty good, and the write-ups on the Dark Lords is very thorough. This is also the first time Inza has had a write-up on her, and gives clues as to what she's about and what her plans are. Very entertaining, again a must-buy. Legacies of Violence, Landscapes of Despair. Twisted shaped chambers and immortal tyrants strike terror into the denizens of Ravenloft's southwestern core. The twisted desires of Borka's dual rulers, the curse at the heart of Nvidia's ruling family, the savagery that reigns in the dark forest of Verbrake, the cruelty of Valchan's master, and the greed that marks the rulers of Sithicus evoke an atmosphere of horror that touches all who journey through those forsaken lands. The fourth Gazetteer explores the lands of Borka, Invidia, Verbrink, Valchan, and Scythicus, noting landmarks and dangers, relating history and legend, and proving a practical assessment of each realm. Bold adventurers may experience these lands for themselves if they dare.